29, you'll see the whole universe of Tencent. Doesn't it remind you of Google? Kind of.
Definitely, it's almost a hot melting pot of everything.
And like of course the critics will argue like if you have your hands in too many pies, then you just get burned or your ship sinks. But
Mm.
I beg to differ otherwise because how management have actually organized this reminds me a lot of how Google approached it in its early days. So they had lots of different stuff that they were trying out, and they gave people authority in each like new product line or new R&D segment that they were testing, and those people basically own the business. And that's exactly how Polima is doing it right now for Tencent. So in each different vertical, in each different business unit, you have different leaders heading it up, and the focus is really laser focused on like growth and acquisition. So I think that's great because like you don't just have one man trying to do a lot of things and obviously
Mm.
then you fail. You have different people who are strong in different areas. So I'll just talk about let's say their foray into the financial space as well as investments, right? So to do that, they actually hired an ex I think it was Goldman Sachs.
Right.
Yeah. So it was this guy who was the head. I can't remember his name. It was the head of he headed up a pretty significant portion of Goldman Sachs business, and then he joined them to really grow their foray into fintech and investments and the wealth management space. And they've been making good progress. Yeah, and then they've been basically replicating this for like the other business units by getting people in charge of those verticals. So there's a lot of ownership. There's a lot of drive to want to make sure your business unit performs well, right? Of course, there's also a lot of like loss-making bets, but I'm
Mhm.
not, come on, let's be honest. Google has those as well, right? How many projects have failed in Google? How many are still a big question mark? We don't know. But the key thing is in managing what you put into your R&D and new businesses, and then cutting out those if they really don't turn profitable or they don't really make much sense later on, and then while still focusing on your core business areas. So to sum it up, if you look at this page, right, it's humongous. They have communications, QQ Messenger, QQ Mall, WeChat. They are pretty big in search, right? Soku is number 3 in China. Of course, it's not as big as like your Baidu lah. But I
Mm.
think number 3 is also quite. It's not bad because it's one vertical that they're trying to grow more, and Baidu is also slowly losing stream as we go on. Lots of competition eyeing them because they're number 1. In terms of games, they are definitely just number 1, no doubt about that. And not just China globally, but they also link up with CJ Games, which is very big. The Koreans would probably know them, and that really cement them further for more growth in this industry. Even my friend, right, who works for a Russian gaming company, knows Tencent.
Mm.
It's like, oh my gosh, I didn't know Tencent was that big. Like, yeah, no, because they kind of operate under so many different arms, but
Yes.
honestly, they are just one big conglomerate. People only see like the different parts. You need to look at the bigger picture, right? And you have like they're trying to venture into software and apps, and this is something that I think we need to watch because it's not entirely performing at the best right now, but who knows what it'll be like in the future. And there's also lots of e-commerce platforms. So aside from JD, they've also been making a lot of progress into like Pinduoduo, which basically is like a group buying platform. So
Mm.
it's very good because it utilizes WeChat's current strength. Because when you're trying to do a group buy, where do you share it? Let's look at us, right? Like I mean a lot of mommy groups, and when we
Mm.
want to do group buys, we just promote it on WhatsApp, and there's like specific crap chat groups that is centered only on for that group buy. And they already have the WeChat interface. Now just integrating and promoting Pinduoduo makes perfect sense. So I think that's another good way they're doing it. They also have lots of omni-channel like your DD choosing, which is the biggest in China. You go anywhere, lots of people prefer taking DD rather than the taxis. And then of course they're also venturing into entertainment, social media. They're trying to do like mini Facebook for different niche, like
Mm.
朋友 for university students, and then like Q Zone for teenagers, and like City Elite for adults. So they're testing out all of even these different things. They even have like a China Craigslist. Yeah, and
Right.
we all know I studied in the US, Craigslist so big, right?
Mm.
So this could be another area that we want to be watching out for to see how this future bet could pay off. So if you were to sum up all of that, I think it's quite clear for anyone to see that they're the largest technology company in China, plus the number 1 gaming company in the world. So if you put all of that together, they're basically, it just means that they're a leader in social media, gaming, fintech, video streaming, and now they're trying to go B2B into cloud computing as well. But just take note, their biggest competitor here is Alibaba. So yeah, lots of competition.
Hi, if you like this video, do remember to give us a thumbs up and do subscribe to our channel to get all the latest video delivered to you. Go on, I'll wait.